There are moments in life when the horizon feels impossibly far, when the waves rise higher than your courage, and the winds whisper doubts into your heart. Cancer, you have walked through these storms before. You know the taste of uncertainty, the weight of choices that change everything. But tonight, the sea is quieter. The moon's silver light rests gently upon the water, like a promise you can almost believe in. And in your hands rests a single tarot card, the Wheel of Fortune. Its golden circle turns endlessly, reminding you that nothing stays the same. Not pain, not joy, not even the shadows you once feared. You are not where you were yesterday, and you will not be in the same place tomorrow. This is your turning point, the turning wheel. The wheel turns, Cancer, not with the force of sudden storms, but with the quiet certainty of the tide. It does not ask for your permission. It does not wait until you are ready. It simply moves, carrying you from one chapter into the next. And perhaps that is where the fear lives. In knowing that no matter how tightly you cling, life will not stop for you to catch your breath. But what if this turning is not here to take something away, but to give you something new? What if the ending you feared is simply the doorway to the peace you have prayed for? What if the change you resisted is the very hand that lifts you from the water? Cancer, the wheel does not spin to break you. It spins to place you exactly where you are meant to be. Trusting the unseen. Cancer, you have always been the soul who feels safer when you can see the shore, when you know where the next step will land. But the truth is, some of life's most beautiful blessings are born in the spaces where your eyes cannot reach. This is where faith lives. Not the loud, confident kind, but the quiet, trembling faith that whispers, I will take this step, even if I cannot see the ground. It is in these moments that the universe leans closer, watching the way your heart chooses trust over fear. You may feel like you are walking blind, but the wheel has already mapped the path. The star already knows the light you're meant to follow. And when you trust the unseen, Cancer, you open the door for miracles that could never have found you if you stayed where it felt safe. Crossing the threshold. There comes a moment, Cancer, when the air feels heavier, when you know in your bones that you're standing at the edge of something irreversible. It's the threshold, the quiet pause before a door you've never opened. Behind you are the tides you've learned to navigate, the familiar waters where every ripple is predictable. Ahead is a light you can't fully see, but you can feel it. Warm, inviting, calling your name. The wheel turns slowly beneath your feet, and the star glimmers ahead, urging you to step forward. Your heartbeat quickens, not from fear alone, but from the deep knowing that what waits beyond this door is not just change, but transformation. And here's the truth. Cancer, once you step through, you will never be the same again. This is not a loss of who you are. It is the birth of who you were always meant to be. The first step beyond. You breathe in, and the air tastes different here. It's lighter, fresher, as if the world beyond the door has been waiting for you all along. Your bare feet touch new ground, soft, unfamiliar, yet somehow it feels like home. The Wheel of Fortune hums quietly behind you, its turn now complete for this chapter, while the star burns brighter ahead, casting a silver path across the unknown. There is no rush, no urgency, only the steady rhythm of your heart, beating in time with something greater than yourself. Every sound is sharper here. The whisper of leaves, the distant lull of waves, the almost inaudible song of your own soul, as it realizes you made it. You are not the person who stood trembling before the door. You are the one who dared to step through it. And in this moment, Cancer, if you understand, it's not the destination that changes you. It's the courage it took to take that first step. Signs in the wind, at first, they seem small, barely noticeable. A feather drifting across your path, turning slowly in the sunlight. A pattern in the clouds that looks like the shape of your birth constellation. A sudden breeze that feels almost like a hand on your shoulder, urging you forward. You pose, wondering if these are just coincidences, but deep down, you know better. The star still glows above, its light spilling gently into the corners of your mind, whispering, "Pay attention." A bird takes flight from a nearby branch, its wings cutting through the sky like a promise. Somewhere in the distance, you hear laughter, a sound you haven't heard in so long. It stirs something ancient inside you. Every step now feels guided. Every breath feels in sync with something unseen. And you realize the universe is speaking to you in a language beyond words. You don't need to understand every sign. You only need to follow them. Because each one is leading you somewhere you are meant to be. The first test. It happens quietly. No warning. No loud thunder to announce its arrival. Just a shift. Like the tide pulling back without explanation. You find yourself at a crossroads, both paths shrouded in mist. One looks familiar, safe, predictable, the road you've walked before. The other feels uncertain, its stones uneven, its edges fading into shadow. Your chest tightens. That old voice returns, the one that tells you to stay where it's comfortable, where you can't fail, where you can't be hurt. But then, you remember the signs, the feather, the laughter, the way the wind touched your shoulder, like a friend you can't see. You close your eyes, and in the darkness, you see the star, not blazing, not demanding, just waiting. And you realize this is not a moment to retreat. This is a moment to choose. You take a deep breath. Your hand trembles, but your feet begin to move toward the unknown path. Because you understand now, the first test is not about the path itself. It's about your courage to step onto it, the unexpected gift. The mist is thick at first. Every step feels cautious, like you're moving through a dream, where the edges blur and the air hums with secrets. But then, a shape emerges ahead. At first, it's nothing more than a faint shimmer, like moonlight caught in glass. You blink, and the shimmer becomes a small lantern, its light warm and golden, resting on a weathered stone. There's no one around, no sign of who placed it there. Yet somehow, you know it's for you. When you pick it up, the light pulses gently in your hand, as if it recognizes your heartbeat. It's not just a lantern, it's a reminder that even in the darkest places, the universe will always leave you a light to follow. You walk on, lantern swaying by your side, casting long shadows on the path. And for the first time in a long time, you feel a quiet confidence rising inside you. Not because the way ahead is clear, but because you trust that the way will reveal itself, one gentle light at a time. Somewhere deep in your chest, you realize this is not just chance. This is a gift. And gifts from the universe are never accidental. The memory in the light. As you walk, the lantern's glow seems to grow warmer, its light touching not only the path ahead, but something deep inside you. It's strange. With each step, a memory begins to stir. Not the sharp kind that plays like a movie, but a soft, glowing fragment you didn't even know you'd kept. You remember a night long ago, standing by the shore. The waves were restless, the air was cold, and you were younger, so much younger, but already carrying a weight far too heavy. And then, there was a voice. Not loud, not commanding, just gentle, like the sea speaking directly to your heart. It told you, you are not lost. The tides know your name. The stars know your place. You had forgotten those words, buried them under years of trying to be strong, of holding everything together. But now, this lantern, this impossible golden light, has pulled them back into your hands. Your throat tightens, because you realize this isn't just a gift from the universe. It's a message from the you who survived, the you who stood on that shore and decided to keep going. And in that moment, you understand something powerful. The light you've been waiting for has been with you all along. You just needed to see it again. Returning to the shore, you reach the end of the stone path. The waves are calm now, their rhythm steady, as if they've been waiting for you to arrive. The lighthouse stands tall in the distance, its beams sweeping across the water, like a slow heartbeat. For the first time, you don't see it as something you must chase, but as something you already carry within. You hold the lantern close to your chest. Its light spills through your fingers, warm against your skin. It doesn't burn. It doesn't blind. It simply is. And you realize that's how love for yourself should feel. You close your eyes. You can still hear the voice from long ago, but now it blends with your own. You whisper to the waves, to the sky, to the part of you that once felt so small. I am here, I am enough, and I will keep shining. When you open your eyes, the sea reflects the starlight above, and one of them, bright and unwavering, seems to look right back at you. You smile, not because everything is fixed, but because you know you can walk forward now, guided not by someone else's light, but by the quiet, constant glow you've always carried in your soul. And with that, you take your first step home.